Ladies and gentlemen, this is Heartrock. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome from Radio City Gold, Mr. Roger Phillips!
Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to Heartrock 92. This is a boring bit. How do you follow that? I don't know. But I'll only be a very, very short period of time. You all know what the Association for Children with Heart Disorders is about. It's a very worthwhile cause. That's why you're back here from last year and the year before and the year before. This is the fourth actual Heartrock concert. And really, it's all my job is to tell you that it will be brilliant. I watched last night. It'll Be Alright on the Night. Unbelievably, it always is alright on the night here. And that's due in no small measure to a variety of people I'd like to thank now. McDonald's, first of all, because they sponsor the evening, which means that all the tickets, all the ticket money, all the raffle money, any other money coming from you, the public, goes directly to the association, to a very good cause, as you know. But thanks also to the Undertakers, who, well, without them, I don't think Heartrock 92 would ever have started. All the groups, of course, tonight who are performing, and the lighting, which is amazing. Tonight will be even better than before. That's phase 5 who do the lighting. And then there's Adlib Audio, who do an amazing sound system, which you can hear now, but you will hear even greater noise shortly. All the local media who have been extremely helpful, not least Radio City Gold, where I come from, but also another radio station, which I'll mention in a minute, and of course the Echo, and particularly the Daily Post, who have been extremely kind in the amount of publicity they've given to the association. Thanks, of course, to the Lord Mayor, who has helped enormously, particularly this year, although every year the Lord Mayor has been very helpful, but also a variety of people or companies locally who helped by sponsoring boxes. McCain's, Inviga, Golden West Foods, Central Edible Oils, Vernon's Pools Limited, Sun Valley, and Ashby Dairy Company, all of whom have paid an enormous amount of money for a box, and have thereby helped to increase the funds that will go to the Association for Children with Heart Disorders. Finally, of course, thanks to the two people who it's my privilege to introduce, despite the fact that they do work for BBC Radio Merseyside, the opposition to the station that I work for, but they are here to guide you through the evening as they will do with their usual sophistication and aplomb. Plum, notably, because they are holding their plums, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Butler and Wally Scott.
You won't believe it, you know, but these mics, they know how that being him, and they're mad Billy and Wally.
On nights like this, I wish I was Vic Reeves. Yeah, the stage in this place.
What did you say? I tell you what, it's not happening improvements on Kerry Labour Club, they'll have waited.
It's a bit embarrassing of being the only one here who remembers Marty Wilde.
You look like bloody Banana Man in that jacket,
I was at that group when we did that record about me filled with oats.
Yeah?
Billy, don't be an hero.
That's good, man. It's a good that.
One thing about Liverpool people, they bring you down, you know. No matter how well you think that you're doing, they bring you down. We were doing Llandudno Junction recently. I hate to name drop, but we like to throw these things in now and then. Llandudno Junction Social Club we were moved after. And as usual, I got lost. I pulled into this little garage just on the outskirts of Llandudno, and I said to the fella, could you tell me where Llandudno Junction Club is, please? He said, I wouldn't go there, lad, Billy Butler's on.
But what was even worse, the fella said, and the other fella?
I always love appearing here because Buddy Holly appeared here.
Did he, Bill?
Buddy Holly, we put the crickets on the stage, Radio Mission, but Buddy Holly appeared here, and of course the anniversary of his death tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll play a few records for us. I stood on the same stage that Buddy did. There we are. Actually, coming down here this afternoon, coming down to Roger Plum's sort of funeral. And I tell you what, I've never seen so many people walking behind their hearse in all my life.
Yeah.
The longest queue of mourners I've ever seen. And oh, Christ, I wonder who's dead. So I went to the front and said to a fella, he was in the very front, had a big Rottweiler dog. I said to him, excuse me mate, who's dead? He said, well, as a matter of fact, he said, it's my mother-in-law. He said, I feel a bit bad. He said, my Rottweiler killed her. I said, any chance of borrowing that Rottweiler? He said, get the back of the bloody queue.
So anyway, Bill, who's backing me for old chef?
Christ. The Army Disabled Band from outside the stadium. That's the best one I think to back you on.
Fellas just go like that to me, Bill. Does that mean 2 minutes or?
I'm not sure.
2 minutes, he said, yeah.
It's funny, you know, working around the clubs, the way people, you know, fell come to us at the Montrose recently. You think some of the people on Oja Plums are not really are, even around in clubs. First said to me at the Montrose, Billy, he said, hey, can I have a word with you? I said, yeah. He said, you probably won't remember me, because I've never met you. Real people. All of them are real people. We meet them all the time around about Merseyside. They always bring you down when they set you up, don't they? They do, they kick you down. Look at me. I've watched Everton for 3 weeks on the run now on telly. Not got an award or nothing. 0-0 today.
Not going to go either, Bill.
Got a letter off the listener saying most of the Liverpool players, when they go to train at Lilleshall. The Everton players go to Lilliput.
I know when they come to the ground now, the Everton players to come through the cat flap.
Scouse was in the factory, he was talking about football, got completely carried away. Didn't notice all the stuff coming down on the bench. Next minute, he puts his hands across the bench to emphasise a point. Down comes the flap and cuts all his fingers off. He gets rushed straight to hospital. And the hospital says, you know what, Scouse, you're not half unlucky. This hospital here is a leader in the field of microsurgery. If you'd have brought your fingers, we could have sewed them on. He said I couldn't pick them up.
Who's up first, Bill?
Cannibal walking through the jungle with his little lad, little Cannibal Junior, and he comes to this clearing. And as he comes to this clearing, this gorgeous woman gets out the pool. Beautiful woman. Little lad says to his Cannibal dad, he said, look at her, Dad. Let's tie her up and take her home and eat her. His dad said, no, son. We'll tie her up, take her home and eat your mam. Well, it gives me great pleasure to start this Heartrock show tonight. We've got 4 bands of, well, certainly different backgrounds, different types of music. And to start off, we've got one of our local bands. And it's always been an incredible mystery to me why this band haven't been one of the biggest bands nationally. But they're always available locally for any charity. They always each year collect an enormous amount of money for children in need. And I, for one, as a radio presenter, look forward each time I hear that there's going to be a brand new release from this band. Please welcome Up and Running!
evening. It's nice to be back for the British Horror Foundation. That's 2 years running. We've had a gig every year. This is called Don't Take Your Love Away. Okay, everybody dance.
I'm so excited, I just can't touch nobody. Don't take your love away. Don't ever take your love away. Don't take your love away. I know that you have another day when I'm it's just one kiss, and I do 7 years of sadness since you. Honey, honey, let's go to bed. You know I love your red and white dress with all the time. You are mine. Don't take your love away. Don't ever take your love away. Don't take your love away. I could let you have another day, but I'll be. You were the only one. I couldn't let you take your love away. You were the only one. I couldn't let you love another day. Don't take your love away. Don't ever take your love away. Don't take your love away. I couldn't let you love another day. Don't take your love away. Don't ever take your love away. Don't take your love away. I couldn't let you love another day. Don't take your love away. Your love away. Oh, please, no. Don't ever take your love away. Don't ever take your love away.
That one over there looks rather nice, though. These people in these big royal boxes should be courtesy. This gentleman here to my right He's not only a friend of mine, but indeed my hero. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the man with the golden smile, Mr. Personality himself, the one and only Mr. Alan McKenna. Thank you. Live by satellite. There's a beautiful view outside my door. I don't go out there, no, not anymore. Happy to himself. There's a pair of wings in a bottom drawer. I'll never use them. I don't fly anymore. All this beauty has known me without you to share with me. All this beauty has known me without you to share with me. There are beautiful places across the sea. I'll never go there until you go with me. There are many songs that I haven't sung. I'll never sing that until you sing with me. All this beauty has no meaning without you to share with me. All this beauty has no meaning without you to share with me. There's a beautiful view outside my door. I don't go up there, no, not anymore. There's a pair of wings in the bottom drawer. I'll never use them. I don't fly anymore. This instrument here, oh, upside down. This instrument here is, I believe, a saxophone. I actually personally hate the saxophone. My mother spent 14 years of permanent nights saving up to buy this instrument for me. I feel duty bound to make use of it. So I would much appreciate it if after this song you could muster up your best round of applause. Not for me, of course, so that I can go home and tell my mother just how well the saxophone went down. If anybody's been recently jibbed, feeling slightly emotionally fragile, I suggest perhaps you take yourself to the foyer and buy some popcorn. Come back in about 4 minutes' time. This song is particularly sad. It's called Absolute Fool.
Thanks very much indeed, thank you. Thanks a lot. That's one of our newer songs and one of our slow ones, as you'll notice. We're going to speed it up a bit now and go back in time a little bit to the single we had out about a year ago.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right.
And it's faster, isn't it?
It's a little bit faster. It's almost jolly.
This one's for the younger ones anyway, and the older ones.
And the other ones too.
And it's called I Can't Say No.
You're absolutely right, Al, to the letter. What a professional.
This terrible attraction is the only thing I feel. When I pull you to pieces, tear me apart, I'm desperate to give you my heart. I cannot deny it, cannot resist. My heart is your slave since the first time we kissed. Your passion has the power to fill me with fire. I cannot resist this desire. I can't say no. Touch me, I can't say no. When you kiss me, I can't say no. When you hold me, I can't say no. Freedom's around me, my head's in a spell. I cannot give up, and I cannot give in. I can't take anymore, and I cannot take less. My heart's in a beautiful mess. Touch me, I can't say no. When you kiss me, I can't say no. When you hold me, I can't say no. 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 It's the only thing I feel. I'm pulling you to pieces, tear me apart. I'm desperate to give you my heart. I can't say no. When you touch me, I can't say no. When you kiss me, I can't say no. When you hold me, I can't say no. I can't say no. When you touch me, I can't say no. When you kiss me, I can't say no. When you hold me, I can't say no. 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 I can't say no.
Cheers. Those of you who've brought with you your opera glasses may be wondering, looking at this piece of paper taped to our amplifier, I wonder why it says that. This request was made about 5 days ago. Anybody who knows me knows I have a head like a sieve. And this is a dedication to Sarah and Vicky. We got it there, huh? Almost to Stevie, somewhere over the back on the nosebleed. Stevie Laws. This song is entitled Panama, and it's about being lonely and away from home. And when you're lonely and away from home, you sometimes do silly things, run to the arms of another woman. If you can afford it. Get my drift? Can't be blunt. It is Sunday, and there are one or two minors in the audience. What the hell's going on here? I thought we had professionals do this sort of thing. By the way, I also feel I've been lying to you. Actually, I'm not passing from Liverpool, like movie. I've just been putting that on, like. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the monophonic acoustic classinet. If there's anybody from the field office in it tonight, you know, light off and that, or a few scoops, they'll be impressed with this. I tell you, that knocked myself. Panama. I presume, of course, you enjoy waltzes. It's very difficult to tell whether you do or not when you're sitting down. It's hard to say whether your buttocks are moving in time or not. Mr. McKechnie is going to refer to this side of the stage. I, in the meantime, will refer to that side of the stage. This is what we call in the trade choreography. There you are, you see? You missed me? No. The song is entitled The Ballad of Johnny and Louie. What's that, they say? Another little tune we wrote on the way home on the bus.
Ready?
Yeah, all right. Look at the show. Johnny and Marie were soul lovers, whistling and smiling, my ears, talking when we're going downtown.
gonna shoot the whole world down. Johnny was smart, Marie was pretty, he was bright, she was witty. They were made for each other, and I needed any other lover. Johnny had a word with Mary for years. He was sick of being told to look for a career. Finally, a letter came. At the top of the letter was Johnny's name. It said start on Monday, Johnny prayed on Sunday. Marie said go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny made me proud. Johnny should go down. Marie said go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny make me proud. Johnny should go down. Whoa, whoa. Johnny worked hard and things got better. He had a little girl that called Rosetta. Then along came another, a little baby brother. Marie was always good with money. She saved what she could in a jar by the honey for a holiday. A dream of flying away. Eventually, when the summer came, after reading all the brochures, they went for Spain. Finally, the tickets came. Printed on the ticket was Johnny's name. It said fly on Monday, Johnny prayed on Sunday. Marie said go, 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 Johnny.
You expected them to sing that bit there?
I thought they might.
I can't see us thinking of them.
They did last year.
Yeah, but it's a new bunch.
No.
Go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny, make me proud. Johnny should go.
You're coming out there with rapping, without bothering.
Years went by, they had a happy life. Little Johnny Jr. found himself a wife. Johnny and Marie were proud to say the bride looked a picture on a wedding day. They got wed on Saturday. Johnny prayed and said, "You sing now." Marie said, "Go, go, go, Johnny."
Howdy. Do you have any lights on? There is a light on today. Do you have some lights on the audience just use?
I know it's only early, but you know you enjoy yourselves all night.
She's not singing there though. Free of respect. So, we're looking down now. Did you pick that photograph for your husband? You got no lights on in the bedroom.
He said, go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny, make me proud. Johnny should go down. He said, go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny, make me proud. Johnny should go down. He said, go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny, make me proud. Johnny should go down. We said, go, 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 Johnny, show them what you made of. Johnny made me proud.
That was pretty crap, that, wasn't it?
But it's Sunday, like, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny should go well down.
Nice one. Okay, we got a... Okay. We've got a fabulous lineup of entertainment for you this evening. And so our time is up, unfortunately. We've enjoyed our stay with you, even though Johnny Marie was a disaster. The thing is, I'm very forgiving, aren't we all? So never say die. I'm actually going to give you another chance before we go. Now, I realise, of course, come like 10 o'clock, when the big stars are on, you've forgotten all about us. You know, we just got to come on and warm us up. And you're all raving in the aisles and all like that. We've got to stand at the back and go, oh, we were crap. But why not start early? Why don't you try sing along with us? This song is probably the most wonderful song ever written in the entire history of pop music. We'll put it on stage for you tonight for you to take part in this. I think we'll practice this chorus, shall we, Al? You like this? You'll like this as well. Try this. I want to hear you singing this. This is a rehearsal, and then you come back in with all the music and all that, okay?
Lord, shout, what will I
my secret was no secret anymore.
Okay, what embarrassing by asking you to do that again, just I'll give you a big point like that. When I point that way, it means you, the audience. This way is the band, that way is you, the audience. Okay, here it is. Take care, good night, God bless. Up and running, signing off. Super good.
Secret love too soon, my secret love became impatient to be so I told a friendly star, I am friendly star, the way that love's up and moving, just how wonderful you are. I'm so in love with you. Okay, you had your instructions. Sing it. Love shouted from behind this door. Being told we're gonna live forever. And now my heart's over. We sang in many different languages to many different peoples. But Liverpool will always remain our home because people from Liverpool, I believe, are special. And it will always be a watershed in our career. Tonight, this very night, you and us together for the first time, perhaps, maybe the second time. Because, you know, they say some wonderful things about Liverpool people, but I would never believe it if I had not seen it with my own eyes tonight. I mean, you guys are so talented. You managed to sing with your mouth shut. Now that takes some doing. That is amazing. Yes, my hat goes up to you. Okay, now, can I ask you to stop showing off and do it the old-fashioned way with your mouths open? Let me hear you sing that chorus. Go! Go! Shout! Take it down, guys.
Up and running, eh? And they haven't had a hit yet, and Timmy Mallett's had two. I ask you.
I tell you what, I never thought today anyone sing that as good as Doris Day. Great.
We remember Doris Day doing it, you see. We're getting on a bit now. In fact, the last time I had our photo taken, the gunpowder blinded us. I say one thing about Liverpool audiences, though, including here as well. You can't beat them for shouting out.
The great shouters out, scousers, aren't they?
I had a page 3 girl on my morning show, Linda Lusardi.
Yeah. I haven't got over it yet.
Should have seen Wally watching Phil Jones then, you know, when he was doing Secret Love. Talk about I wish it was me. Wally said to me, he's not all that good. If I could play guitar and sing, I'd be as good as him. We had Linda Lusardi on my show, and she was doing a play at the Neptune Theatre.
Yeah.
It was one of them farces.
It's a true story, this.
It was a farce, you know, where they all run around and throw things and pull clothes off and that. And I said to her, did you take your clothes off, Linda? She said, no, I don't, Bill. I said, that seems a bit strange. You're a page 3 girl. You know, you always got them off in the papers. She said, no, I don't take my clothes off in this. She said, but the leading man does. I said, does he? She said, yeah, he does a full frontal to the audience. I said, go away. She said, yeah. I said, who is it? She said, Peter Duncan. I said, what the fellow presents Blue Peter? I said, that's right, yeah, Peter Duncan presents Blue Peter.
Do this.
I said, he does a full frontal. She said, yeah. I said, well, what happened? She said, well, we're in bed together, and we heard these footsteps. And I say, good God, it's my husband. And he jumps out of bed, turns to the audience and says, what am I going to do? I said, listen, Linda, I know Scousers. Someone's bound to have shouted something out. She said, he did, Billy, the very first night. I said, what happened to you? Well, there we are, we're in bed. Here's the footsteps. I shout, good God, it's my husband. Peter Duncan jumps out of bed, turns to the crowd, nothing on. He says, what am I going to do? And a voice at the back shouted out, well, you can cover that with a blue pizza badge to start off.
It's a crack about it.
Absolutely true.
But, you know, even the kids in this area are as badly made as us in the pantomime, didn't we, Bill? The kids, we were at the floral, you know. And I don't know where they anywhere there. But at the start of it, me and him used to pop up at the orchestra thing like that, so they didn't see us till the last minute, did they? We used to
What are you asking me for? I was there.
And we used to come up like that at the orchestra pit, and we came up one night, and I came up like that, and some kid looked at me and said, it's Lionel Blair! But even worse, he came up one night, one kid shouted, it's Barney Rubble!
I was made up. The funny kids, have you ever phoned somebody's house up and a kid answers the phone? You ring him up and you go, hello? Yeah. Hello? 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 Is your mum there? No. Is your dad there? No. Is anyone else there? His sister. We don't get your sister, please. Okay. Hello? Where's your sister? I couldn't lift her out the pram.
But they are funny kids. Today I was walking along Paradise Street, this little kid about 7 sitting on the pavement crying his eyes out. So I went up to him. I said, hey kid, what's the matter? Only a little kid like that. He said, I can't do what the big boys do to the big girls.
What did you say? Well,
I sat down beside him and cried my bloody eyes out.
there's a little kid sitting on his front doorstep, and the insurance man comes along and says to him, is your dad in? He said, yes. So the insurance fellow knocks on the door. He doesn't get the answer. So he knocks again, he still doesn't get the answer. So he says to the kid, are you sure your dad's in? The kid said, yeah. So the insurance fellow goes along the side of the house, looks through the side window, no one in. Goes on the other side of the house, looks through the side window, no one in. So he kneels down, looks through the letterboxed house, he's deserted. He said to the kid, I thought you said your dad was in. He said, he is. He says, you're a liar. He said, I've knocked at the door, I've been round both sides, looked through both windows, I've just looked through the letterbox. There's no one in the house. Kid said I don't live here.
Is there any Liverpool supporters in, by the way?
Yes!
Well, why are you all laughing?
Shut them up yesterday, didn't they?
Can't believe it.
Yeah. Nicky Phil was telling us last week that Wrexham have just signed, Wrexham have just signed tonight, we heard it on the news,
That's right, yeah.
Wrexham have just signed Ian Rush and Gary Lineker.
Yeah, Wrexham.
Mickey Thomas put the money up.
Hope he's not.
Are you the ones who giving it?
Actually, we just got back, last year we took 4,000 Scousers to Pontins,
Yeah.
and it's still standing. 4,000 we took to Pontins.
Watsons are still looking for 4,000 tellies.
It's funny though, they chain the tellies down. I did a booking at Pontins in Ainsdale, and when I went to the chalet, they had the tellies chained down. And I said, well, you're taking no chances with the tellies, are you? She said, well, to be quite honest, but she said, it's only £9 to stay overnight each. She said, so, I'm not calling Liverpool, she said, but we used to have people come in, pay the £9, get in the chalet, about 3 in the morning to go for the drive, and the telly was in the boot. She said, so we've had to chain the tellies down. She said, in fact, she said, once when business was bad, we reduced it from £9 a night to £7 a night. And I went all around Liverpool and the tellies at Pontins had gone down £2.
Well, while we were there, they did funny, The ale in Pontins, if you've been there, if anybody went with it, it's a bit pricey, in the club. So the Scousers had the answer to it, like rounds of Threshers and Bill, And they're all coming in on the night of the show, and they've all got Marks and Spencer's bags and Threshers bags full of ale. And one Scouser got stopped on the door, didn't he, Bill? And this fella said to one of the blue coats, he said, "You've got ale in that bag?" But the Scouser said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you're not supposed to bring ale in." And he said, "Well, we're self-catering, aren't we?"
I'm not saying the ale's there, but there's one fella on his own organised a kitty. Yeah, good Pontins. We met this little girl, met this young lady as well. She got lost. 2:30 she staggered out the club. 2:30 in the morning. And there's about 1,000 chalets there, but the lighting isn't brilliant. You can never find his chalet. Well, that was his excuse anyway. And a girl wandered into a field and fell fast asleep. Woke up next morning, 9 o'clock, and there's a cow standing over it. So the first thing she saw when she opened her eyes was this cow. But being a typical Scouser, she looked up and went, "One at a time, lads."
I was standing behind the cow. Right, well, the show's been great so far. Fabulous opening act, and we're carrying on now with another great act.
Yes, I'll just mention the records to you. The night Chicago died, and Billy Don't Be a Hero. Welcome, Paper Lace!
waited for your second symphony. We're in a machine that new technology. And now I understand the problem you can see. I'll bet you children. What did you tell them? Video, you, radio star. Video, you, radio star. Pictures came out from your heart. And now we meet in love and the studio. I never played my every scene so long ago. Do you remember the jingles used to go? You were the first one. Now you're the last one. Video, the radio star. Video, the radio star. In my mind and in my heart, we can't treat one, we got to far. You are the video star. You are the video star. Video, the radio star. Video, the radio star. Video, the radio star. Video, the radio star. You are. Thank you very much. Back to the 60s now with the fabulous Hollis. Well, I try, but I can't say goodbye. So bad, baby, don't you have me? When I think about your love and desert me, I have no broken heart until you went away. Baby, got me going, I love you, baby. I can't let go, I want you, baby. I gotta have it, you know. I can't let go. I can't let go. I can't let go. Just one look, that's all it took, yeah. Just one look, that's all it took, yeah. Look away window, yeah. What we see, silent dancing all around. Rushing through the busy town where they go. Get on their way, get on their way, get on their way. The road is long with dictator that leads us to knows where, who knows where. Let's go. lives. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe. See a man with no heart, baby, that is me. Just a lonely man with no heart, till you set me free. Now I can see, I can touch, I can tell, I can taste those sugar sweet nuts and youngest. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Paper Lace contribution towards this evening's show. What a fabulous show it is for you tonight. Hang on, I better move this stand and then you'll be able to see the drummer. Hang on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all of those songs, or nearly all of those songs, hits from the 60s. The three of us here, we were brought up on the music from the 60s, and we love it. The question tonight is, do you? Okay, well, we're going to see how much you remember of the 60s now by featuring you guys and girls helping us on a classic from 61 and the legendary Mr. Dale Shannon. As I walk along, I wonder what went on if I was alone. Love that was so very strong. And as I still walk on, I think on things were done together while our hearts were young. I'm walking in the rain, taking the moment and I feel the pain. Wishing you were in my knee, to end this misery, and I wonder, come on, what a bit louder, come on, why, here we go, why she ran away, and I wonder, where she will stay, my little runaway, run away, play your guitar. Wishing you were in my knee, to end this misery, and I wonder, come on, why she ran away, and I wonder, where she will stay, my little runaway. Nice to hear you sing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce to you now one of my colleagues over on the other side there. It's Chris. Now, girls, he gets very upset
if the ladies don't speak to him. So come on, ladies, say hello to Chris.
Hi girls.
Chris is going to tell you a very old, interesting story. Take it away, Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, years and years and years ago, when Paper Lace very, very first started our careers, we started playing guitar and playing the drums with a Liverpool singer called Billy Fury. Have we got in the room tonight any Billy Fury fans? Oh, that's tremendous. Well, this was because before the Paper Lace's own successes. And Billy became a very, very good friend of ours, and sadly some 9 years ago, Billy passed away. So what we thought we'd do, since we're his old backing band, we put some songs together tonight, reliving the days of Mr. Billy Fury!
I'll spend my days in thoughts of you. Now and always, it seems I have no choice. I hear your voice wherever I be, and in every place I see your face. It haunts my memory in front of you. That's how I'll stay. So hot and high, surrender with Okay, folks, it's your turn. I want only breath. Here we go. I hope you have dreams come true. I for you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. I wanna go where everybody this time. What are my hopes? Louder, my heart. That's it. No one will ever know just how much I love you so. I wear my hopes and my dreams. You are my Thank you very much, thank you. We really do feel that the name of British Fury should be kept very much alive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've done to you a few songs from the 50s and the 60s. We're going to move on now to the 70s, to a time when we had bands like Waddy Waddy, Slade, and the Bay City Rollers, and Paper Lace. Now, this Paper Lace track climbed the British charts in the late end of '74 and went all the way up there, right up to number 3. Yes, I know. But it made number 1 in places like America and Canada, and Australia, and it even made number 1 in Japan. So without further ado, I hope you're going to remember it, because it was indeed the only night that Chicago died.
On the east side of Chicago, back in the USA, back in the bad old days,
In the heat of a summer night, in the land of the dollar bill, in the town of Chicago died. They talk about it still. When a man named Oklahoma trying to take this town alone, and the girl is trying to walk with the bosses of the law. I heard young man cry. I heard him when I Chicago died. Brother was lying when he was, brother was lying when he was, glory be. Yeah, heard my mom cry. I heard him when I Chicago died. Brother was like the people song, brother was like the people song. Yes, indeed. And the sound of the battle rang on the streets of the old east side. To the last of the hoodlum gang, surrendered and both died. Shouting in the street at the sound of running feet. Hey, I heard someone say about 100 guns a day. I heard my mom cry. I heard it when I Chicago died. Brother was lying when he was, brother was lying when he was, glory be. And there was no sound at all. The clock upon the wall, and the door was stuck wide, and the nanny stepped inside, and he kissed my mother's face, and he brushed the tears away, the night she died and died. And the night she died and died. Wonder what a night it really was, wonder what a night it really was. Glory, the night she died and died. She died and died. Wonder what a night the people saw, wonder what a night the people saw. Yes, indeed. Thank you so very much, thank you. Wonderful. Well, folks, we're going to treat you to something a little more different now. We're going to take you back to the 1920s and do a piece of music which has been around right back from then, a piece of music which originated in Russia. And we're going to do this by featuring the lead guitar over there. Now, I must tell you this. We're going to ask you to, all of you, every one of you, everybody everywhere, for the next few minutes, feast your eyes over here on Chris's hands while he plays something hard. Hey, on the guitar. And if you enjoy it, give him a nice round of applause afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, our own interpretation of a bit of music called Saber Dance.
Oh yeah, it's warm work of being today, it really is warm work. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our little piece for this evening. You've got a great evening ahead of you yet, so please enjoy the rest of it. We're going to say one thing here, folks. Thanks for being great fun. What about a round of applause for all the technicians and the road crew and the people that have put tonight on for you? Come on. We actually would like to take this couple of seconds here to put down a single for you. We're just going to tell you that it's out in April. It's called Trinidad Boy. So we'd like you to keep your ears on for that one. Out of the bank holiday in April, Easter bank holiday. So then, talking about hit singles, what more can we say then? Good night, God bless. And ladies and gentlemen, Billy, don't be a hero!
Okay, well, that's everybody here in Liverpool. With your hands above your heads.
Do you know the words to this one? Okay, we're going to hear you sing it. Say, come on. He was a hero. She should be proud. He died that way. I heard she threw the letter away. All the listeners, come on.
on behalf of Heartrock. Well, as gentlemen, we've got a short break coming up. 20 minutes you've got, just 20 minutes. The bars are open, and then we want to ask you to come back and have your raffle tickets ready, as then we'll be making the draw for £150, £150, and the number of the show The Undertakers and Marty Wilde in the Wildcats. So see you back here prompt in 20 minutes' time. Thank you. This with the lights on.
When you see these fellas, you'll realise they're all Everton supporters. Wait till the lights go up and you see them. They're all Everton supporters.
I'll tell you what, I was 50 last week, and the wife put a surprise party on for me. I'm glad these lads weren't on. I would have thought the worst when they turned up. These lads were a sensation last year at Heartrock. They're going to show you tonight, once again, what the Merseybeat sound was like and what it was about. Please listen to the big fat sound of the Undertakers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Say one to you, you know how I feel. I'm always who was waiting on your bed. Now I will dance with another. I'm gonna stand away. See
had this last year, lads, didn't we? Have a go and shout back. Good evening! Well, what's yours? Who've forgotten, mate? I'm just saying. Yes? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right, yeah. We've got ladies and gentlemen in the audience tonight. He's almost royalty. Who? Don't you know? No? Who is it? Well, where's that Mr. Spotlight man? This one over here. This guy up there, yeah. Over in the far box there. Who is it? Come on, let's in on it. Who is it, George? Come on the spotlight. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we've got the Long Man of Liverpool. You have to watch our P's and Q's tonight, lads, don't you? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on with the show. We're going to do a song for you now, done by the Monkeys. Amongst other bands, this one's called Day 2 Believer. Sit down and run somewhere. Put your hand up, mate. Where are you? There he is. Alright, mate. One of the fans from the past. This one's for you, Keith. It's called Stupidity. We want to see a bit of this. Come on. Do you feel like singing tonight? Oh, come on. Do you feel like singing tonight? Right, there you go. Try this one. Are you ready? Hey, hey. Go, mate.
You got the dance in the house? Stand on the seats? Have a party? Right, well before we rock and we roll, ladies and gentlemen, we really must dedicate these songs to two great lads. Little serious for the moment. One is from Forest Flamingos, who's unfortunately had a heart attack. And one from Larry, Fat Larry's, he's affectionately known from the Fat Larry band. These are dedicated to them, great lads. We want to see them back on the floor, rocking and rolling again. So do you remember the Swinger Blue Jeans? The Surgeons! The Farmers! Jenny the Pacemakers! Well, let's rock and roll!
How could you say I got a little say and I will say I got a little say I can't stand still with the hippie say you want with the hippie say it's in my bed hippie say
you say? Thanks very much. We like to tone things down a bit, because then, don't about you, they're bloody enough already. This is a song by a band called The Fortunes. Anyone remember a band called The Fortunes? Yeah, well, if you bump into them, tell them the only undertakers are pint still. Scottish, you know what I mean? This one's called You've Got Your Troubles, I've Got Mine. This goes out to the sound engineers.
I see that worry look about your face. You got your troubles, I've got mine. She's not somebody else to take your place. You got your troubles, I've got mine. And to have lost my love today, all of my dreams have blown away. I still love you, I still wonder why. You got your troubles, I've got mine. You need some sympathy, but so do I. You got your troubles, I've got mine. She used to love me, and I know. And it don't seem so long ago. And we were working, and we were talking the way that lovers do.
Right, it's about time you left because you're sat. Go away. Oh, I know. I'm a new bass player Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sick of you. Go away. Wait until that I'm going on. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll play the bass. Go on. Now, we shouted at me more than that. Get off. Never mind you learn the bass, you learn to play that first. You lead your gang there. Right. A few months ago, since the episode. There they are. A few months ago, ladies and gentlemen, he said to us, we want to sing, and we said, you're not singing with us. He said, we are. And he got a deputation up, and he said, on the concerts, we want to come and sing. He said, you do the shows for us, so we're having a go. And we said, all right. So for the last few months, we got the brainy one of the band. There he is, Brian. Take a bow, Brian. There we are. All right. What we did, he wrote a song for tonight. So we said to the kids, well, what do you think? He says, right, we'll have a go. So who's brought a programme tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Who's your radio programmes? Come on. Shame on you if you haven't. Come on, radio programme. You got one, right. If you turn towards the back, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find the words to this song we're going to do tonight. And it's called Mother Nature's Hands. Okay. Now all my gang here, all the Undertakers gang, oh it's our gang as well. All the Undertakers gang are going to sing, and we want you all to help them out, but very shy. We're going to do our best. Army gang, say yes to George, right? So we'll just sort this microphone out for this little dot here, and then we'll do the song. All right, so you're going to be all behind them tonight? Okay. and this one's called Mother Nature's Nice.
Mother Nature's counting
said about me before. That's upset me, that. Isn't he a swine, eh? Isn't he horrible? Oh, show me your horn, George. Best thing he's done all night. Come with us. We're going to go twisting around away. Change of plan, ladies and gentlemen. We're running a bit short of time. Right, we want to see Clive. Come on! This side, I want to see go like that. Come on! Open the balcony, I want to see this. If you've only got one arm, use that one, it doesn't matter. This side, I want to see this. Everyone in the middle, I want some of this. We want you to sing along. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So come on, all Merseysiders, everybody alike. You ready? Let's take a ferry across the Mersey.
Let's just change the thing.
Hang on, how long have we been doing this? Come on, let's just change this pattern. This is part of the plan. Are we ready?
So
And the kids.
Oh, we've got a great band on in a minute as well as our top of the bill. We've got a great band, super band who are backing him tonight.
We've just got to talk for a few minutes while they get ready for the top of the bill. So, what I might tell you about a funny little thing that happened. You know, normally we do Hold Your Plums live, but a few weeks ago when we went to Ponson's, we had to record it. Unfortunately, we did.
Well, have you seen the front row? I see why they're putting the lights out now. All right, there. We'd just like to thank this lady in the white glasses, Wally. You'd like to stand up, please, love. Please give this lady a round of applause. She blew all these balloons up. Well, thank you very much, sir. It's very kind of you. Never even ran out of breath, did you, eh?
It's just the way he always bloody interrupts.
Look at him scratching. Who's sitting behind you? I think they're on your moustache. Where have you been lately?
This is the first time we can see you here. We haven't seen you all night. It's all the first time we can see you.
Don't cross your legs. You still got the price tag on your shoes. Good God, 9 and 11.
And I can see surgical stockings as well. No, I was just saying, a few weeks ago we had to record Hold Your Plums because we were all in Ponson's. Unfortunately, we did, because we've never really had much problem with the callers, but this week it was a good job. It was recorded. This woman rang in from Kirby, and she got a question on sport, didn't she, Bill? And her question was, which sporting object has 250 dimples on it? And the answer we were looking for was a golf ball. This woman from Kirby said, "This is a sumo wrestler's arse for me." True. Fortunately, we were able to edit his house.
We can make a fortune of the stuff they don't put in on Hold Your Plums. Another one we didn't put in, a lady, we only record the odd ones, and they're the ones where the gems seem to come up on.
Yeah.
We asked another lady, what do you call the drink that you make with lemonade and apricot?
You know what it is, don't you?
Thanks, don't you know?
What is it? Is it clear, Billy?
What do you call the drink you make with lemonade and apricot?
Snowball. Snowball, yeah.
She said, give us a clue, Bill. So I said, think of Snow White. She said, is it 7-Up?
That programme was 3 minute shows as well. It's 7 minutes.
But even the simple ones baffle them at times. I asked the lady, I said, well, there's a question on children's television. What was the name of the little boy who drives round in a little red car? He wears a little red coat and a little blue pointed hat with a bell on.
Now how many fellas do you know like that?
She said, give us a clue, Bill. So I said, think of big ears. She said, is it Prince Charles? And if you haven't got Hold Your Plums Volume 4, on the latest Hold Your Plums, you might have heard Cocky Burns from America. Now there's only a Scouser. We do a spot on the show which is called Get 'Em Out of Bed. And we ring people up around the world who we know will be in bed. We're at this Scouser in California. His phone rings at 3:30 in the morning, and he gets told he's live on Hold Your Plums. Cocky Burns used to live in West Derby Road by the Grafton. And we're halfway through a conversation, I said to him, Cocky, how did you get your nickname? He said, well, Billy, when I was a lad, I had no toys.
Okay, Bill, I think we're ready now.
Okay. Let me introduce a great band before we bring our top of the bill on, ladies and gentlemen. I've worked with the 6'9" lad we're bringing on at the moment quite a few times over the last few years. And one thing that stands out, he surrounds himself with the finest musicians. I know there's a few people coming here tonight to see the backing group as well. So please give a big welcome to a tremendous band, the Wildcats!
to introduce to you a man who's become a legend of rock and roll. He first became a star back in 1957 with such hits as Donna, Teenager in Love, Rubber Ball, and many, many more. Became one of the greatest rock and roll stars that this country ever produced. He's also one of the very few original rock and rollers still performing in the world today. So will you please put your hands together for the one and only, the fabulous Mr. Marty Wyatt.
Having a good time?
Thanks so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You having a good time? And what do you think of the show so far? Don't do it back there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to send out a call. Have we got any old teenagers in tonight? Oh my God. Just looking around, just checking. The reason I asked you to see is that we're going to do some songs now that I had in the charts just before the war. And for all the elders that remember, and especially those that don't, with your kind permission, we'd like to take you back to the good old days of rock and roll TV. We're going to take you back to the days of the 6-5 special and the Oh Boy shows. We're going to take you back to the days with Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, with the teenagers. When Billy Fury was a teenager. When Cliff Richard was a teenager. And when Christine Keeler was a virgin. Ladies and gentlemen, with your kind permission, I'd like to dedicate these songs to you. I do hope these songs bring back some nice memories for you. These songs began in 1900 with a purely a freak record, because originally the A-side wasn't selling, so they flipped it over in desperation. And thank goodness the B-side wasn't bad. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for buying it. I dedicate all these songs to you because without you, I wouldn't be here tonight. So thank you sincerely, and this is the first hit that I ever had. It went like this. The night was black, rain falling down. Before we she knew we were around. Trees just footsteps down to the shore. Bridge is gone forevermore. I looked to the sea and the sea was sad. I had to give it from you away. I heard a voice crying again. I'm trying to baby in my endless sleep. Why did we quarrel? Why did we fight? Why did I leave her alone tonight? That's why her footsteps ran into the sea. That's why my fever's gone from me. I look to the sea and it seems the same. I have to give it from you away. I heard a voice crying in the deep. I'm trying to baby in my endless sleep. Ran in the water, I could feel. There in the breakers, I saw her near. Reach from the dark, held her to me. Stood from the angry sea. I looked to the sea, and it seemed the same. You took your baby from me away. I cried out, she's mine to keep. You know I saved a baby from an endless sleep, endless sleep, endless sleep. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. sing a song language. It was the first song that I ever wrote that became a chart success. So it'll always have a special place in my heart. I remember it too. Went like this. Hey, all the people down the street, wherever you meet, Sam a bad boy. Sam a bad boy. Sam a bad boy. You can be your dad, and he gets mad. I'm a bad boy. Says I'm a bad boy. Says I'm a bad boy. Well, you see now I've got a girl, and we stay out there almost every guess I learned to take the good with the bad. Each night I ask the stars up above. Come on, fellas! Why must I be a teenager in love? Cry a tear, bite with you. I'd be the only one you should sail through. So you wanna break my heart, that won't be so hard to do. Maybe we should say goodbye, I still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above. Come on, over girls. Cry a tear, bite with you. I'd be the only one you should sail through. So if you wanna break my heart, that won't be so hard to do. Maybe we should say goodbye, I still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above. One time, why must I? Oh, go. We're getting on now. Why must I be a teenager in love? In love. That's it. Thank you, Liverpool. Thanks so much. There was a lot of years went under the bridge there. Anyone remember the Liverpool Empire in the old days? Yeah, I was just thinking of the difference then when the old mic used to come up on the thing there, like that. And I used to have to get down like this to sing on the bloody thing like that. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular time in the show, it gives me a nice feeling, and when you get to my age, you have to take everything you can get. But first of all, I'd like to introduce you to my first nice feeling. He's a chap, in actual fact, who, apart from being a great lead guitarist, is also the editor of a very wonderful and first-class magazine called The Guitarist. He's been the editor of The Guitarist for around about the last 7 or 8 years, and apart from leading the magazine on to be a tremendous worldwide success, it's one of the most authoritative magazines in the world today, and it's British run. Here's the editor, fine lead guitarist as well. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Neville Martin. There we are, Neville Martin. Over on the right-hand side, a man who also works with The Guitarist magazine. He's one of the featured writers in that magazine, and he has to review lots of the instruments and lots of the amplification and things that come into the office, so that we, the public, get a great deal. He's also another lead guitarist. Ladies and gentlemen, meet and greet Eddie, a journalist and another great guitarist. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, right up the back here, a man who, when he first joined my band all those years ago, oh God. Funny old bugger he is. This is our walking bus pass, this one. In actual fact, all the years that we were on the road together, this man remained a confirmed bachelor. One of the many, many times we would turn up at Liverpool and do our one-nighters or our weeks wherever we were working. This man was always the bachelor. Until a few years ago he married and he became a daddy for the first time just over 2 years ago. Twins. Twins for John, there we are. 57 years of age. Careful, John, I need to get those steps, boy. That's it. Wonderful, wonderful old man. And last but not least, I couldn't come to Liverpool without our sex pop. This is our sex pop, our new addition to the band. This is the man that sends all the ladies in Liverpool running. Literally. He's apart from anything else, though, he's a very, very fine bass player. And he's played with many of the greats. not least being Rick Wakeman. He was on tour with Rick for quite some time. He's a very fine bass player. I'm very privileged to have him. Let's have a nice warm hand for Roger. Roger on bass. Many years ago, I was working in a theatre called the Soldo over in Birkenhead, and while I was there, a young man came backstage and asked if he could play me some of his material, and he wanted me to sing it. He thought I would get the chance with it, but when we listened to the songs, we said, well, these songs should really be sung by you. You wrote them, and they sound great with you singing them. And he went on stage that night. It was a tremendous success, and he was, without a shadow of doubt, the greatest, I think, the greatest British rock and roll we ever produced. And to do Liverpool proud, he came from Liverpool. Billy Fury. Got any Billy Fury fans in tonight? It's one of Billy's songs. Don't give your love to someone while I'm away. I want you to think about me each night and day when I come home after being gone so long. I wanted to be like I've never been gone. I feel your tender kisses before I go to sleep. I feel your arms around me. Just promise me you'll savor your love and your kisses until I come home. It's gonna be like I've never been gone. I don't ask much of you. Do what you wanna do, but don't make me be a fool for loving you. I just savor your love and your kisses until I come home. Please let it be like I've never been gone, baby, baby. I don't ask much of you. Do what you wanna do, but don't make me be a fool for loving you. I feel your tender kisses before I go to sleep. And I feel your arms around me. Just promise me you'll savor your love and your kisses until I come home. Please let it be like I've never been gone. Yeah. Please let it be like I've never been gone. Thank you. The great Billy Fury. Thank you so much. Have we got any rock and rollers in tonight? We do some old songs for you now. When you know the words to these songs, we just want you to join in and sing as loud as you can. When you're not sure of the words, just bang on your seats or have a jive in yards, whatever you want to do. But most of all, let's sing along and most of all, let's enjoy ourselves. The basis of the old pop music today goes without us old buggers up here on the stage. I don't think the Ninja Turtles would have come out of the sewers as fast as they did. Ladies and gentlemen, still great, still my music. Rock and roll is a one for month, for sure. Get better now, go back over the dog. Step on the blue sweat shoe. I didn't do anything like all them blue sweat shoes. Knock me down, step in my bed, tell my name, the plate. You ain't a thing I wanna do. Mama, get out and shoot the dog. Step on the blue sweat shoe. Well, you do anything like all them blue sweat shoes. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. Special tribute now to the Sun label and Sam Phillips. This is one of the songs that Sam Phillips A&R. It was the inspiration for me to come into show business. That's why I sing it. That's why I still love it. Hope you like it too. It goes on this. Well, now that's all right, Mom. That's all right for you. That's all right, Mom. Just any way you do. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. Any way you do. But our mama, she don't told me. Papa don't told me too. Son, I also headlined by Sam Phillips, with an artist who's known in many parts of the world as the Faraday Fireball. Also known in many parts of the world as the Killer. But most of all in the UK, he was known as Mr. J. Shit going on. want you to do me a favour now and sing along with me this song. An old number one by Tommy Steele and Guy Mitchell. We all know the words. Here we go. Oh, well, I never felt more like singing the blues as I ever thought. Your love, why'd you do me this way? Come on, let's go. Oh, well, I never felt more like crying all night. Every drum. Get your hands in the air. Come on. Let me ride without. You got me singing the blues. Come on upstairs. Away up the moon stars go. The dream is gone out. There's nothing left for. Yo, here we go. I mean, I never felt more like running away. Where should I go? I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues. One, two, three. There's another one. Mr. Packboo. On a day like today, we riding the letters in the sand. And how you laughed when I cried each time I saw that time. Take our love letters straight out of his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Let us sing a song just very quickly, which is one of the songs which is fairly rare in this day and age in many ways. It's very powerful, a little song from the heart, and it's a love song. So I dedicate this one to the Carter family, and this one is a tribute to their son and for all the times he got me out of trouble. It's from Liverpool as well. The song goes like this. So I'd like to thank everybody here this evening. I do hope that tonight is a tremendous success. Heart problems have always been around with me in my life, not so much for me, but certainly in my family. I lost my father, I lost my mother, and I've lost plenty of friends with the same thing. So let's hope tonight makes so much money that those deaths need never happen again. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody here. This is a song which is our way of saying thank you to everybody, to all our sound crew and all the men that have been working with the lights. Let's give them a nice big hand. The lighting, rig men, and also the crew here who work so hard to put this show on. They do all the hard work. Thank you. I'd like to sing this song for you and for everybody in Liverpool. I will spend my whole life through loving you, just loving you. Winter, summer, springtime too. Loving you, loving you. First of all, Neville Martin on lead guitar, Eddie on lead guitar, Roger on bass, and right on the back, old Johnny Boy, Jamaica, the fabulous Wildcat. There is only one for me, and you know who. You know that I'll always be loving. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to come back to Liverpool again, and we, on behalf of all my crew and all my mates here on stage, we hope that you have enjoyed our company as we have truly enjoyed yours. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. Good night, God bless. Thank you, Liverpool.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the Wildcats, Archie Niles!
conclusion of the show, may I bring on the stage two members of the committee for the children with heart disorders.
It's Richard and George.
Richard and George, thank you.
Right, we argue about who's talking first anymore. So I'm talking first. You got me first. Right, great show or what? Come on, give me a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Heartrock is now in its 4th year, and it's raised some money and it's let people know about the association. We've had some fantastic light shows, we've had some fantastic acts, but I think tonight is just about taking the limit. So, what have we done? We've done it. You've done it. We've hit £20,000. Thank you very much. That's £20,000 is going straight to the children with heart disorders, because as you know, the show is sponsored by McDonald's, for which we're very grateful. That means every penny you spend on your programmes, every penny you spend on your raffle tickets, whatever, it's gone to the kids. And that's important. I thank you on behalf of the Association of Children with Heart Disorders, on behalf of Heartrock. I say it every year, I'm saying it again. I thank you on behalf of the children themselves. Clap yourselves, you've done that.
Right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to come and stand here and see a nice full house. You've supported us for 4 years, and we're very grateful indeed. Thank you. So before we go, I've got my job again. Come on, give yourselves a clapping. Why not? Thank you all. So I have to come out and say a few thank yous to everybody that's all made all this work and all the 12 months hard work. So before we do, I'll thank the crew. So can I thank Phase 5 for the lighting show? Once again, what did you say? Gordon down there tells me they're available for all school discos. Anything that's going on. Okay? To Adlib Audio and Chris in the soundbox. Thanks, Chris. Now to the people working. Unfortunately, Roger, who owned the show, couldn't stay. He's up on Radio Sheffield. So will you give Roger a clap for coming along and diving off to Sheffield tonight. Thank you, Roger Phillips. Yeah, he's moonlighting, that's it, what he said. Right, two great lads, ladies and gentlemen. Kept the show together all night. You know them all, you know them well, you listen to them every day, all over Merseyside or wherever you come from. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, a big clap and a big shout for Mr. Billy Butler and Mr. Wally Scott. Signs to keep it going in, so we'll have to do shouting away. Right, two great lads, also Merseyside lads, started the show off tonight as they did last year. You all know them as well. You've heard them many, many times, so you please put your hands together and give them a big welcome. They're up and running. A few technical problems here. These keyboards have just been disconnected. I'm going to get shouted at here. Right, okay. Second on the bill tonight, all great stars in the 70s, and that's a really terrific band. You all enjoyed them, so you put your hands together. You ready, lads? For Paper Race! Right, we started the second half off tonight. It looks as if you're going to have to do the singing later on because my gear's busted. So it's knackered. All right, leave it out. So you're going to have to sing. We'll have to do it a cappella, but we don't mind, do we? So come on, we started the second half off, me and the lads. So you put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the Undertakers. during our little spot earlier on, we had our gang on, we had the Heartrock choir, didn't we? Are we ready with the Heartrock choir? So come on, let's make a big shout for these, all the little ones. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. For the Heartrock choir here tonight. Come on, big shout. Here we come. Oh, ladies, take it out. Here we are. Okay. You ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3, big bow. Come on. That's it. All right. You just want to just filter across there, girls. Over there. That's it. Okay. Over there, guys. Over you go. Over you go. That's it. Okay. Right. So over the top of the bill, ladies and gentlemen. Legendary of all time. You're going to give a big shout and a big welcome for Mr. Marty Wild and the Wildcats. Come on! Marty Wild and the Wildcats, ladies and gentlemen. Right, where's Richard? Right, you ready? Where's Brian? You ready, Brian? Now, we're going to finish off, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, without the piano, so you're going to have to sing with us. Alright, so we're only going to have him on the bass, and just quiet down there on his spin lids. The choke marks have come off, alright? So you're going to have to sing with us. It's genuine this, but it won't work. Alright, we're going to finish off tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, as a dedication to all the children we're here tonight. And the reason why is because, let's remember, you'll never ever walk alone. So come on.